Yikes. That's what I say every time I see the Toronto to Montreal rail plans. Canada's answer to the question, what do we do when high-speed rail makes too much sense, and we've done all the studies that are conceivably possible to do. If you're not already, consider following us on Twitter and Instagram, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon so we can bring you more videos like this one. So if you're out of the loop, or you're just a bit of a glutton for punishment, let me get you into the loop regarding Canada's intercity rail plans, which consist of just one route, because we're really not being that optimistic or trying very hard to expand our network. The single project we're working on in Canada, which travels between Toronto and Quebec City, is known as HFR, a twisted abuse of the well-known HSR acronym standing for high-speed rail. HFR means high-frequency rail. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. This new project would create a new dedicated rail corridor for Via Rail, Canada's national rail operator, which would be north of the current corridor between Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Quebec City. This new dedicated corridor would allow Via to operate far more services with higher reliability, as the current route is shared with a lot of freight trains. On the whole, the HFR plans aren't all that bad. For a few $1 billion, we get a dedicated rail corridor with frequent and hopefully quite reliable service, and for a couple billion more, we would even get the blessing of electric trains. For all of this, paying customers would get the benefit of consistent travel times and trains from this century. Groundbreaking stuff, I know. But if you couldn't see it coming, not everything is sunny in paradise. To start, this system wouldn't even meet minimum definitions for high-speed rail, a type of rail system that countries like Britain have had for literally decades. This is because the alignment that we're planning on using has a number of grade crossings, and there aren't plans to remove most of them. If only there were another line we had that was, say, getting far too many grade separations, and we could just, take some of those grade separations and toss them over and put them on a project where they were actually needed. This means that trains wouldn't even hit 200 kilometers per hour, which isn't all that exciting given that at the soonest the trains would be operating in 2025. While Japan is sitting around building high-speed 500 km per hour Maglevs, we might in Canada get a train that almost gets to 200 kilometers per hour. Oh, and it might be electric. In 2025. Now to be fair, lines like this are being built in a few places around the world. Ethiopia, for example, is constructing a new electrified passenger rail line that also serves some freight traffic, but even that line in Ethiopia exceeds what we're achieving here in Canada. The line has high platforms and high-quality rolling stock, something I don't really think is a guarantee given Via's history. Now if we look at peer countries to Canada, Sweden, Denmark, Korea, Spain, all of these countries are building high-speed rail, already have high-speed rail, and several of them are building more high-speed rail, Spain in particular. Stay tuned for a video on that coming very soon. So surely, if we're building a brand new rail line in 2021, we should just maybe consider making it high speed? Maybe? Part of the issue here is that if we go and build a standard rail line between Montreal and Toronto in particular, and then it's really successful, good luck convincing the government to dole out more money in, 15-20 years to build a brand new high-speed line that directly parallels it. It's kind of a one-and-done situation, and I doubt we'll be building another major rail line between these cities anytime in the next 50 years. Of course as well, the benefits of high-speed rail would be way enhanced connectivity, and perhaps even more than we've seen in places like Europe, they would obliterate the intercity air market. Not only would be getting people off of Air Canada and onto high-speed trains reduce emissions significantly, it would also save a ton of money that would otherwise go to price gouging airlines. Perhaps worst of all, plans do not seem to be integrated in the least. Since HFR has always seemed like a bit of a flaky concept with studies and plans and other things taking years and years to move along, Toronto and Montreal have gone on building new regional rail networks that often directly conflict with the plans that would create high-frequency rail. Oh, you want to use my tunnel? Sorry, I'm building a metro line in it. Oh, you want to use this old bridge? Sorry, I'm going to park my GO train on it. Well, this level of interagency, integration, synergy, whatever you want to call it, is super disappointing. I can't really blame them. Via Rail is something of a governmental black sheep in Canada. And this means at best, the HFR plans are already starting from behind the 8 ball. And so what's this all led to? Well, HFR is slowly moving through the governmental machine. It's been recommended for funding, and frankly, at this point, I think at least part of it will be built. That being said, even if we do get it built, we won't even have achieved what Japan did in the 1960s with the original Shinkansen. Now, to be fair, like many projects, I'd rather we build HFR than we build absolutely nothing. But once again in North America, we're building a whole plan on the back of perfect not being the enemy of the good. And it's giving us a totally substandard and frankly embarrassing project as a result. You can only build so much good before it starts looking bad.